Hi, I'm your host. When you walk down the freezer aisle at the grocery store, everything looks so simple and safe. Frozen dinners, snacks, and quick meals seem like the perfect solution, convenient, affordable, and always ready when you are. But as a physician who has cared for older adults for decades, I want to be honest with you. For seniors, frozen foods can sometimes be a hidden trap. What looks harmless on the outside may actually carry risks for your heart, your blood pressure, and even your immune system. Many frozen products are packed with excess sodium, artificial preservatives, refried oils, and even bacteria risks, if they are not handled or reheated properly. That's why in today's discussion, I want to guide you through the freezer aisle with a doctor's perspective. We'll talk about 9 types of frozen foods you should avoid at all costs, especially if you're over 60 or living with conditions like high blood pressure, kidney disease, or diabetes. And don't worry, it's not all bad news. I'll also share 2 frozen options that are actually healthy and safe, so you'll know exactly what you can keep in your freezer without guilt. My goal isn't to scare you, it's to empower you. By the end, you'll have the knowledge to make better choices, protect your health, and still enjoy the convenience of frozen foods without the hidden dangers. 9. Frozen pizza. Frozen pizza is a beloved convenience food, but it's not doing your body any favors. It's loaded with sodium and saturated fat, which can raise your blood pressure and clog your arteries. Plus, the ingredients are often highly processed, which means they lack nutrients and fiber and can make you hungrier for more. However, if you do decide to indulge, opt for a whole wheat crust with tomato sauce and load up on veggies. This way you get some extra fiber and nutrients. Just be sure to keep the toppings light on cheese and processed meats to keep the calories and sodium in check. 8. Frozen fried foods. Think twice before indulging in those crispy frozen treats. While they might be delicious and convenient, they're typically loaded with unhealthy fats, excess salt, and artificial preservatives. These bad ingredients can wreak havoc on your blood pressure, waistline, and overall health. Instead, try baking or air frying your own fresh fries or frozen vegetables. You'll have more control over the quality of ingredients and won't have to worry about hidden nasties. 7. Smoothies and ice cream. It may surprise you, but many popular frozen drinks like smoothies and ice creams are nutritional vampires. They are often packed with added sugars and artificial sweeteners that can drain your energy levels and leave you feeling sluggish and unwell. To beat the heat in a healthier way, try frozen fruits and vegetables, blended with water or milk for a refreshing treat that's both hydrating and nutritious. 6. Bagels and waffles. Yeah, I know it sounds like a fun idea, but trust me, those frozen bagels and waffles can be a nutritional minefield. They usually come with a hefty dose of refined carbs and unnecessary fats, which can spike your blood sugar and lead to energy crashes. Why not whip up a fresh batch at home instead? You'll have complete control over the ingredients and won't miss out on those important nutrients. 5. Mac and cheese. Oh, this classic comfort food. Frozen mac and cheese might seem like a quick and easy dinner option, but it's not the best choice for your health. It's often loaded with excessive amounts of sodium and saturated fats, which can raise your blood pressure and contribute to heart disease. Instead, try making a homemade version with whole grain pasta and reduced fat cheese. Your taste buds will thank you. 4. Popcorn chicken. These bite-sized pieces of fried chicken may seem like a healthier alternative to traditional fried chicken. But don't be fooled. They're usually deep-fried and coated in heavy batters, which means they're packed with unhealthy fats, excess salt, and artificial ingredients. Air-popped popcorn seasoned with herbs and spices is a much better option for a light snack. 3. Frozen dinners. Frozen dinners can be quite problematic for your health. Many of them contain high levels of sodium and saturated fats, which can raise your blood pressure and increase your risk of heart disease. Additionally, these dinners often include processed meats, which have been linked to an increased risk of certain types of cancer. Opting for fresh, whole food meals is always a better choice, but we understand that it's not always feasible. So if you do choose to eat frozen dinners, read the labels carefully, select options with low sodium and saturated fats, and make sure to include plenty of fresh fruits and vegetables in your diet to make up for any nutritional deficiencies. 2. Frozen fish. Choosing the wrong frozen fish can lead to excess mercury or other harmful pollutants in your body. Mercury can damage your nervous system and other vital organs, while pollutants like PCBs can disrupt hormones and increase the risk of cancer. To stay safe, it's crucial to select fish that are lower in mercury and free from harmful pollutants. Look for options like salmon, cod, or tilapia that are sustainably caught or farmed. 1. Chicken noodle soup. While chicken noodle soup might seem like a healthy and comforting choice, it's essential to be aware of its potential drawbacks. Many commercial varieties are loaded with sodium, which can raise your blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Additionally, these soups often contain refined carbohydrates, which can cause blood sugar spikes and contribute to weight gain. Opting for homemade chicken noodle soup allows you to control the ingredients and reduce the sodium content, making it a much healthier option. Alternatively, you can explore low sodium or no added salt varieties available in the freezer section. Just remember to always read the labels and choose wisely to keep your health in check. Before we wrap up, let's talk about 2 frozen foods that are actually good for you. Frozen berries are a fantastic source of antioxidants and vitamins. They're great for smoothies, oatmeal, or yogurt. Frozen edamame is high in protein and fiber. It's perfect as a side dish or a snack. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends who might find value in it too. Don't forget to subscribe for more health tips and check out our other videos for more informative content. Stay healthy and take care. Hi, this is your host. Today we're going to talk about 5 foods that you should never eat after 60. As we age, our nutritional needs change and certain foods can become more harmful than others. It's important to be aware of these foods, so that we can make informed choices and prioritize our health as we enter our golden years. No one. Frozen breaded fish fillets. At first glance, breaded fish fillets may seem like a healthy choice. After all, fish is supposed to be good for the heart. But when you look closer at many frozen varieties, what you're really buying is mostly breading, oil, and salt, with only a thin strip of actual fish inside. Low fish content. Many budget brands use fish paste or low-grade white fish that is processed and formed to look like a fillet. That means you get fewer omega-3 fatty acids, the very nutrients that make fish heart healthy, and less real protein. Twice fried problem. Most frozen breaded fish is pre-fried at the factory, then frozen. When you reheat it at home, whether in the oven or air fryer, you're essentially frying it again. This double fry process raises the levels of oxidized fats, which are linked to inflammation and higher cardiovascular risk. High sodium and additives. To cover up the lack of flavor in cheap fish, producers add lots of salt and flavor in. 1 serving can easily contain 500-700 milligrams of sodium. A major concern for seniors trying to keep blood pressure under control. Doctor's advice: if you want fish for your heart, skip the breaded versions. Instead, choose plain frozen fish fillets like salmon, cod, or sardines, which retain more nutrients and fewer additives. Better yet, buy fresh fish when possible, or steam and freeze small portions yourself. Number 2. Frozen meat pizzas. Pizza is one of the most comforting meals for many families. But frozen meat pizzas, loaded with pepperoni, sausage, or bacon, are among the worst choices for older adults. What looks like a simple dinner can actually be a heavy dose of fat, sodium, and preservatives. High saturated fat. Between the processed meats and the cheese, a single slice of frozen meat pizza can deliver 6-8 grams of saturated fat. For seniors, too much saturated fat raises LDL cholesterol and increases the risk of heart disease. Sodium overload. 1 slice often contains 700-900 milligrams of sodium. That means eating just 2 slices can put you well above a safe daily limit if you're managing high blood pressure. Processed meat risks. Pepperoni, sausage, and bacon used in frozen pizzas are usually made with nitrates, nitrites, and fillers. These chemicals may help preserve color and shelf life, but long-term they've been linked to higher risks of cancer and kidney disease. Doctor's advice: pizza doesn't have to disappear from your life. If you enjoy it, choose a vegetable-topped pizza with minimal cheese, or make a homemade version with whole grain crust, fresh vegetables, and a moderate amount of lean protein. This way you get the taste and comfort without the dangerous sodium and fat overload. Number 3. Frozen French fries and potato chips. Crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside, French fries and potato chips are hard to resist. But for older adults, these starchy snacks can pack hidden dangers. High in potassium. Contrary to popular belief, potatoes are actually high in potassium. which can be dangerous for seniors with kidney problems or those taking medications like diuretics. The combination can lead to an abnormal heart rhythm or high blood pressure. Difficult to digest. The combination of frying and processing makes French fries and potato chips tough to digest. For many older adults, especially those with digestive issues, this can cause bloating, discomfort, and nutrient absorption problems. Acrylamide risk. When potatoes are cooked at high temperatures, a potentially cancer-promoting chemical called acrylamide can form. Studies show that regular consumption of French fries and potato chips significantly increases the risk of certain cancers. Doctor's advice. If you're craving crispy potatoes, bake or air fry your own, using healthy oils like olive oil. You can also try vegetable chips made from kale, beet or sweet potato, which offer more nutrients and less starch. Coming up, we'll reveal even more foods that you should avoid after 60. But first, please take a moment to like and subscribe. These actions will help us continue delivering valuable content to seniors and their caregivers. And now let's continue with the video. Number 4. Cakes, cookies and pastries. Who doesn't love a sweet treat now and then? But as we age, the excessive sugar, fat and flour in cakes, cookies and pastries can wreak havoc on our bodies. High sugar intake. Consuming too much sugar can cause rapid weight gain, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. For older adults, it can also lead to tooth decay and gum disease. High in refined flour. Many baked goods are loaded with refined flour, which lacks essential nutrients and can cause blood sugar spikes. Over time, this can increase the risk of dementia and certain cancers. Doctor's advice. If you have a sweet tooth, opt for fresh fruit or a small piece of dark chocolate, which contains antioxidants and less sugar. Number 5. Canned soup and pre-made ramen noodles. Soups and noodles may seem like a quick and easy meal option, but for older adults, they can be a hidden source of sodium and preservatives. High sodium content. Many canned soups and pre-made ramen noodles are loaded with sodium, which can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart disease and stroke. Preservatives and additives. To extend shelf life, manufacturers often add preservatives and artificial flavors to these products. Over time, these additives may be linked to digestive issues and other health concerns. Doctor's advice. If you enjoy soup, consider making your own with fresh ingredients or choose low-sodium options. When it comes to ramen noodles, opt for whole grain varieties with minimal additives. Thank you for watching. Remember, eating well is essential for a healthy and happy retirement. Share this video with your friends and stay tuned for more helpful tips. Let's talk about 5 frozen foods that are potentially harmful for the elderly. Many of us grew up eating these convenient meals, but as we age, our bodies change and some of these foods can become dangerous. So let's uncover the truth about the worst offenders lurking in your freezer. Number 1. Frozen pizza. Frozen pizza, the king of convenience foods, promises a quick, tasty meal, but it's a double-edged sword for the elderly. It may be fast and satisfying, but it comes loaded with hidden threats. High in sodium and fat. One slice of frozen pizza can pack over 500 milligrams of sodium and unhealthy fats. For older adults, this overload strains the heart and blood vessels, worsening conditions like high blood pressure or fluid retention. The excessive sodium can also lead to dehydration and disrupt medication effectiveness. Additionally, the high fat content makes it harder to manage cholesterol levels, increasing the risk of heart disease. Difficult to digest. Frozen pizzas often feature thick, greasy crusts and rich toppings that can be challenging for aging bodies to digest. This can lead to discomfort and even complications for those with digestive issues or swallowing difficulties. Moreover, the combination of salt, processed ingredients, and uneven heating creates a potential choking hazard, especially for seniors at risk of choking. Doctor's advice. If you crave pizza, opt for homemade or healthier options like cauliflower crust or whole wheat dough topped with fresh veggies and lean proteins. Share a homemade pizza with friends and family to enjoy a balanced meal, while reducing the risks associated with highly processed frozen alternatives. 2. Frozen burritos. Burritos may seem like a healthy choice, but frozen burritos are often filled with hidden dangers. Excessive sodium content. One frozen burrito can contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, posing serious risks for older adults with high blood pressure or kidney problems. Consuming too much sodium can lead to fluid retention, irregular heartbeat, and increased urination. making it challenging to maintain proper hydration. High in unhealthy fats, many burritos are prepared with processed meats, fried tortillas, and excessive amounts of cheese. These ingredients contribute to high levels of unhealthy fats, trans fats, and added sugars, which can spike cholesterol and blood sugar levels, increasing the risk of heart disease and diabetes. Difficult to digest. The combination of heavy fillings, processed ingredients, and uneven heating can make frozen burritos tough and challenging for the digestive system to break down, especially for seniors with age-related digestive issues. This can lead to discomfort, indigestion, and potential nutrient deficiencies due to improper digestion. Doctor's advice: if you enjoy burritos, try making your own with whole grain tortillas, lean protein, fresh vegetables, and a dollop of Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. By controlling the ingredients, you can reduce sodium, fat, and added sugars, while increasing fiber and nutrient intake. 3. Frozen mac and cheese. Macaroni and cheese may be a childhood favorite, but frozen mac and cheese is often a nutritional minefield for the elderly. Excessive sodium levels. A single serving of frozen mac and cheese can contain over 800 milligrams of sodium, which is almost half of the recommended daily limit for older adults. Consuming too much sodium can lead to water retention, increased blood pressure, and cardiovascular issues. Unbalanced nutrition. Frozen mac and cheese typically consists of refined carbohydrates, processed cheese, and little to no vegetables. This imbalance provides empty calories and lacks essential vitamins, minerals, and fiber, contributing to poor long-term nutrition. Doctor's advice: if you miss homemade mac and cheese, try making your own with whole grain pasta, reduced sodium cheese, and plenty of fresh vegetables. You can also boost the nutrition by adding beans, nuts, or a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese. This way you enjoy the comfort food while providing your body with essential nutrients. 4. Frozen pot pies. Pot pies are marketed as warm, comforting meals, flaky crust, creamy gravy, chicken, and vegetables. But in reality, frozen pot pies are some of the heaviest sodium bombs in the freezer aisle. Extreme sodium levels. A single frozen pot pie can contain 800 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium, sometimes even more. For older adults, that can represent half of the entire daily recommended intake in just one meal. This can trigger fluid retention, worsen swelling, and put extra strain on the heart and kidneys. High in fat and calories, the thick crust plus creamy filling often packs 600 to 900 calories and large amounts of saturated fat. Eating pot pies regularly can contribute to weight gain, high cholesterol, and difficulty controlling blood sugar. Poor texture and reheating issues. Because of their density, frozen pot pies often heat unevenly. The outer crust may burn while the center stays lukewarm or soggy. For seniors, this can make the food harder to chew or swallow and, in some cases, risk bacterial survival if not thoroughly cooked. Excessive additives. To survive long freezing, manufacturers load the gravy with starches, carrageenan, and stabilizers. These don't add nutrition. They simply hold the pie together after months in storage. Doctor's advice: if you enjoy pot pies, make a healthier version at home. Use lean chicken or turkey, lots of fresh vegetables, and a lighter crust. Freeze individual portions yourself. That way, you get comfort food without sacrificing your heart and kidney health. Hi there. Today we're going to talk about 5 frozen foods that doctors wish you wouldn't eat. Now, many of us lead busy lives and find ourselves turning to frozen foods for convenience. However, some frozen options can pose potential health risks, especially as we age. So today, let's explore 5 common frozen foods that doctors often recommend avoiding and why. Let's dive in. No. 5. Frozen breakfast sandwiches. Breakfast is supposed to give you energy and set the tone for your day. But frozen breakfast sandwiches often do the opposite. They load you with sodium, fat, and preservatives before your morning even starts. Let's break down why doctors may advise skipping these seemingly convenient meals. First, the sodium and saturated fat overload. No. 6. Frozen fried chicken meals. Now, let's talk about frozen fried chicken meals. We all know fried chicken is finger-licking good, but as with all things fried, it's not the healthiest choice. And when it comes to frozen fried chicken, reheating it doesn't improve its nutritional profile. In fact, it can make matters worse. So why do doctors advise avoiding this crispy comfort food? First, the double-fried oils. Most frozen fried chicken is pre-fried at the factory, then frozen. When you reheat it at home, whether in an oven or air fryer, you're essentially frying it again. This double fry process creates oxidized fats, which are linked to inflammation and an increased risk of heart disease. Next, sodium and additives. To preserve flavor, frozen fried chicken meals are heavily brined and seasoned. One meal can deliver 1,200 to 1,800 milligrams of sodium, nearly an entire day's safe limit for many older adults. The breading often contains stabilizers and anti-sogging chemicals, which add no nutrition but do add strain to your system. Then there's the issue of uneven heating and heavy digestion. Thick pieces often heat unevenly, crispy outside, greasy or lukewarm inside. That texture isn't just unpleasant, it's harder to digest and can feel heavy, especially for seniors with sensitive stomachs. Lastly, high calorie load. A single frozen fried chicken dinner with sides like mashed potatoes and gravy can easily top 900 to 1,200 calories. Regularly eating meals like this can make blood sugar, weight, and cholesterol much harder to control. So what should you do instead? If you enjoy fried chicken, prepare it fresh at home with skinless chicken, a light whole grain coating, and heart-healthy oil like olive oil, baked or air-fried once, not twice. You'll get the crunch you love without the dangerous fats and sodium overload. All right, friends, I hope this was helpful. Until next time, stay healthy. 7 items your senior should never eat. No. Frozen French fries. French fries are one of the most popular sides in America. But did you know that frozen fries can be a nutritional minefield? What looks like a quick, harmless snack can actually be a hidden source of unhealthy oils, sodium, and even harmful compounds. Let us take a closer look at why frozen fries might not be the best choice for your senior's health. First, consider the way frozen fries are processed. Most commercial fries are pre-fried at the factory in cheap vegetable oils, like soybean or canola oil. This is done to ensure they partially cooked before freezing, so that when you bake or air fry them at home, they reheat quickly and crisply. However, this pre-frying step comes with a catch. It increases the level of oxidized fats. These fats are linked to inflammation and a higher risk of heart disease. So instead of the quick, healthy snack you might be expecting, you're getting a dose of potentially harmful fats. Next, think about the additives and coatings. Manufacturers use starches, anti-browning agents, and preservatives to keep the fries golden and crispy after months in the freezer. While these might be good for extending shelf life, they don't add any nutrition. They just disguise potentially poor potato quality. Additionally, many brands add salt during processing, meaning a single serving of frozen fries could contain anywhere from 300 to 500 milligrams of sodium. Larger portions easily push you past the safe daily limits of sodium, especially for seniors who are managing high blood pressure. Eating too much sodium can lead to dehydration, kidney problems, and an increased risk of stroke. Finally, let's discuss the risk of acrylamide. This chemical forms in starchy foods like potatoes when they're fried or baked at high temperatures. It's been linked to a potential cancer risk, although more research is needed to establish a direct link. Frozen fries, which are fried once at the factory and then cooked again at home, often have higher levels of acrylamide compared to fresh fries cooked only once. Now you might be thinking, should my senior just avoid all fried foods? Not necessarily. The key is moderation and choosing the right oils for cooking. Home-cooked fries with a drizzle of olive oil and a light sprinkle of salt can be a delicious and satisfying snack. Just watch portion sizes. So if your loved one enjoys fries, encourage them to skip the frozen bag and go for fresh. Doctor's advice: buy whole potatoes, cut them yourself, and bake with a drizzle of olive oil and a light sprinkle of salt. You'll get crisp, delicious fries with far fewer health risks. No. 8. Frozen pasta dinners. Now let's talk about those convenient frozen pasta meals. They look comforting and balanced on the box. Pasta, sauce, maybe some vegetables or meatballs. But once you start reading the labels, you realize it's not exactly a wholesome Italian feast. It's a heavy dose of refined carbs, sodium, and hidden fillers. Take a closer look at why these family-sized meals might be anything but. First up, the pasta. Most frozen pasta is made with white refined flour. This kind of flour has been stripped of its bran and germ, leaving just the starchy endosperm. This makes the pasta cook quickly, and it does digest quickly, too. which means it spikes blood sugar and leaves you hungry again soon after eating. For seniors managing diabetes or watching their weight, this can be especially risky. Next, there are the sauces, often loaded with salt, sugar and thickeners, to survive freezing and reheating. A single serving of frozen pasta dinner can contain anywhere from 800 to 1,200 milligrams of sodium. That's already half a day's safe intake for many older adults. And don't forget about the added sugars. Sweet sauces might be obvious, but even savory sauces often contain sugar to balance the flavors. Lastly, despite looking like a balanced meal, most frozen pasta dinners are surprisingly carb-heavy with token vegetables and processed meats. Meats listed as meat product on the label, you're getting fewer real nutrients and more additives. All this for a meal that often ranges from 400 to 800 calories, but doesn't keep you full for long because it's so refined and low in fiber. That can lead to overeating later. Finally, reheating issues can turn dense sauces and pasta into a gluey mess. The edges overcook while the center stays cold, making for an unpleasant eating experience. Doctor's advice: if your loved one loves pasta, help them make a healthier batch at home. Use whole grain or legume-based pasta, fresh vegetables and lean protein. Portion it out into containers and freeze so it's ready to go. That way you still get the convenience of a frozen meal without the heavy sodium, sugar, and processed additives. Thanks for watching. Hi, everyone, it's me. And today we're going to talk about the 2 worst frozen foods for seniors and the 2 best choices. Let's jump right in with the first one. Worst foods. No. 1. Frozen TV dinners. TV dinners were once marketed as the perfect solution for busy families. Convenient, complete meals in one tray. But behind the neat compartments is a product that's often high in sodium, packed with preservatives, and made with low-quality ingredients. There are several problems with these types of meals. First, mystery meats and fillers. Many frozen dinners used meat product or mechanically separated meat instead of whole cuts. These often include fillers, binders, and phosphate additives that may affect kidney health and bone strength in seniors. Now let's move on to the second worst frozen food. Worst foods. No. 2. Frozen meals, ready to heat. These promise speed and simplicity, but often at what cost? While TV dinners are prepared from pre-cooked ingredients, ready-to-heat meals start from raw materials. That means they undergo multiple cooking, freezing, and thawing processes. This cycle degrades nutrients, alters textures, and introduces additives to maintain the appearance and prolong shelf life. Binders, thickeners, and flavor enhancers become part of the equation. Some may contain up to 60 grams of added sugar, contributing to poor blood sugar control, weight gain, and increased risks of chronic conditions. Doctor's advice: if you need ready-to-eat meals, choose those with clear labeling, minimal ingredients, and no added sugars. Look for options with whole grains, lean proteins, and plenty of vegetables. However, even with better choices, it's wise to limit these to occasional use, ensuring they fit within your daily calorie and nutrient goals. Now, let's shift to the healthier side with the best frozen foods. Best choice. No. 1. Frozen vegetables. Not every frozen food is harmful. In fact, plain frozen vegetables can be one of the healthiest and most convenient items in your freezer. Unlike processed meals, these are picked at peak ripeness and then flash frozen within hours, locking in valuable nutrients. Studies show that frozen vegetables often contain equal or even higher levels of vitamins compared to fresh produce that has been shipped for days. Vitamin C, folate, and fiber are well preserved through flash freezing. Frozen vegetables also have a food safety advantage. Most are blanched before freezing, which reduces surface bacteria and enzyme activity. For seniors, this means a lower risk of contamination compared to produce that may have sat unrefrigerated during shipping. Frozen vegetables are easy to prepare. Steamable bags make it simple. Just heat and serve. For older adults with dental issues or difficulty swallowing, frozen spinach, peas, or broccoli soften quickly and are easier to eat while still delivering nutrients. Frozen vegetables are practical and affordable. Buying frozen avoids spoilage and waste. You can portion exactly what you need, which is especially helpful for seniors cooking for 1 or 2 people. What to watch out for: choose bags with no added sauces, butter, or salt. These extras can turn a healthy option into another high-sodium, high-fat side dish. The best choice is plain vegetables, just the veggie itself. Doctor's advice: always keep a few bags of plain frozen vegetables in your freezer. They're quick, safe and packed with nutrients and easy way to add fiber, vitamins and color to your meals without worrying about spoilage. Now, let's explore our final best choice. Best choice number 2, frozen berries. Like vegetables, berries are at their peak when frozen, locking in nutrients and flavors. They're convenient for smoothies, oatmeal or yogurt, offering antioxidants and vitamins without added sugars. Doctor's advice: choose plain frozen berries without added sugar. That means no syrup or sweetened toppings. You can enjoy them straight from the freezer or blend them into smoothies. This way you're getting a nutritious snack or meal addition that is high in fiber and low in added sugars. Remember, not all frozen foods are created equal. By being aware of the options and making informed choices, you can ensure that your meals are both convenient and nourishing. Thank you for watching. Please like and share if you found this video helpful. Stay tuned for more health tips. In today's world, we often find ourselves torn between the desire for nutritious food and the demands of our busy lives. With limited time and energy, it can be challenging to consistently make the best choices for our health. However, what if there was a way to simplify this process and still nourish our bodies with wholesome goodness? Enter frozen food, a convenient solution that many of us turn to when time is scarce. But have you ever wondered if there's a hidden catch? Are frozen foods truly the nutritional superheroes they appear to be, or do they have some not-so-secret drawbacks? Today, I am going to reveal the surprising truth about frozen food and help you make informed choices that prioritize both your taste buds and your well-being. Some frozen foods are genuinely good, while others should be approached with caution. Let's start by exploring the frozen foods that can be a part of a balanced diet. First up, frozen vegetables. These colorful wonders are picked at their peak ripeness and flash frozen, locking in their nutrients and extending their shelf life. Unlike fresh vegetables that may lose their nutritional value over time, frozen vegetables retain their vitamins and minerals. They're an excellent source of fiber and antioxidants, which support digestion and help fight free radicals in the body. Plus, they're incredibly versatile. Whether you prefer steamed, roasted, or stir-fried veggies, frozen vegetables can easily be transformed into delicious and nutritious meals. Now, let's talk about frozen berries. These tiny fruits are true antioxidant powerhouses. Frozen berries such as blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries are packed with beneficial compounds that protect brain function, lower inflammation, and support heart health. Their natural sweetness and vibrant flavors add a delightful twist to smoothies, yogurts, and oatmeal. Another category worth exploring is plain frozen fruit. When choosing frozen fruit, it's important to opt for varieties that are free from added sugars or syrups. Frozen fruits like bananas, mangoes, and pineapple chunks are not only delicious and refreshing, but also packed with essential vitamins and minerals. Enjoy them on their own, or blend them into smoothies for a nutritious and tasty treat. While some frozen foods can be nutritious choices, it's equally important to be aware of the potential downsides of others. Let us delve into the darker side of frozen food and uncover the not-so-hidden secrets that may impact your health. Picture this: you're enjoying a comforting bowl of frozen yogurt, believing you're indulging in a healthier alternative to regular ice cream. However, did you know that many frozen yogurt brands are loaded with excessive amounts of sugar and artificial ingredients? It's essential to read labels and choose wisely to avoid consuming hidden sugars and unnecessary additives. Opt for plain frozen yogurt and add your own fruit for a healthier and more enjoyable snack. Next, we have frozen pizzas. While they may seem like a quick and easy meal option, many commercial pizzas are loaded with processed meats, excessive cheese, and a plethora of preservatives. These ingredients not only contribute to weight gain and high blood pressure, but also compromise your immune system and overall health. Consider making your own pizzas at home using whole wheat crust, fresh vegetables, and lean protein sources. This way you can control the ingredients and enjoy a healthier, more satisfying meal. And let's not forget about frozen dinners. These seemingly convenient packages often contain a medley of sodium, saturated fats, and refined carbohydrates. Regularly consuming these types of meals can lead to water retention, increased cholesterol levels, and digestive issues. Instead, explore healthier alternatives such as homemade soups, stews, and one-pan meals featuring fresh produce and lean proteins. As we come to the end of this eye-opening journey, I want to empower you with the knowledge to navigate the frozen food aisle with confidence. Remember, not all frozen foods are detrimental to your health. In fact, many can be nutritious and convenient additions to your diet. Frozen vegetables, fruits and berries are fantastic options that retain their nutritional value and offer endless possibilities for creating delicious meals. On the other hand, be cautious of frozen foods loaded with hidden sugars, unhealthy fats and preservatives. By reading labels and making informed choices, you can steer clear of the not-so-healthy options and focus on nourishing your body with wholesome goodness. Don't let the freezer aisle deceive you. You have the power to choose wisely and prioritize your well-being.